Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Tracy Stein, Emerald Ambassador, and this is our Leap of Faith on the Rise team call for tonight. And I'm super excited and so honored to have Jill Renfro here, Diamond Ambassador, to come to you guys and to talk to you just about what is on her heart. So just a quick intro. Do you guys all know that this beautiful face is 29? Crazy. I feel old, but I love it. She's 29, lives in Texas, married, no kiddos. And Jill was a third grade teacher beforehand, reading and writing. She came to Plexus like many of us, just wanted something. She wanted to get skinny. Little did she know what God was providing for her in this opportunity. Now she's a retired teacher. She loves the Lord. She loves to work out. She loves to cook, read. Sounds like my kind of girl. And she loves people, which is why she so graciously is giving up her time to pour into our team. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Jill.
I am excited. I first off want to say thank you to y'all, and thank you to Tracy so much. I get the honor to speak on so many teams with Plexus. It's overwhelming. And you know that there's not many of them that start with a prayer. And I can't love that enough. I can't love that enough. I fully believe that every person on this call tonight, every single one, no matter if you're all the way from Germany to Saskatchewan tonight, like you're meant to be here tonight by divine appointment. There was no accident that you logged on tonight. There is no coincidence. You didn't click a button and say, let me see what this is about. It's by complete and divine appointment. So I say thank you so much for listening to that and joining us tonight to just rock and roll and have some fun. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some disclaimers about me before I get started. Yes, I have wet hair and no makeup on. Yes, I'm already in my pajamas. Yes, I have no bra on. Yes, I have a thick Southern accent, and I know I talk really fast, and I use a lot of Southern analogies. You'll get it. You'll get it. Okay, you'll get to use your context clues. That's a third grade reading and writing teacher skill here. You'll get to mesh it together. You're like, what did she just say? It'll make some sense. So I would ask you if you are on tonight, and if at least if you're not naked, if you got some sort of clothes on, could you actually turn your camera on? Yep, I called you out. Turn your camera on because it's so not fun to sit there and stare at a black screen or somebody's name. I like to know who I'm talking to, and I feel 100% the truth that when we get to have some connections and I get to see some faces and look at some eyes, I don't know, sometimes God tells me to look at one certain person, and I think those are all things that we need to rock and roll with. So if you're naked, spare us all, keep your camera off, I get it. But if you're breastfeeding, I welcome it. You go, girl. If you got a towel on your head, I love you. At least you took a shower today. Like, don't worry about it. If you're in your muumuu and your nightgown, hey, I'm in my muumuu and my nightgown too. We can rock and roll and be friends. So I'm probably as real as you'll ever get from somebody. I'm almost too real to a fault. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I tell it like it is. I live it like it is. I was raised by a single Southern mom. She's tiny. She stands about 4'10"-ish on a good day. I don't know, 4'11", I don't know. And she's tiny. I call her Mighty Mouse all the time. She's somebody who would come across the room in a hot second to beat the fire out of you if you didn't say yes, ma'am. And she was tough. Nothing was handed on a silver platter. And I'm grateful for all of that because I do believe it's given me the voice and it's given me experience to be where I'm at today. So I've been told probably a dozen times a week that I'm an old soul. People say, you just an old soul, Jill. I cannot believe you're 29. So I want us to take that number of 29 and we're going to throw it out the door. The same thing that we're going to do tonight with your title and your rank of whatever Plexus says they're paying you as. I don't care if you're a super silver. If you are, celebrate super silver. That's amazing. Or if you're a ruby, a struggling senior ruby, and almost emerald and emerald, whatever you are tonight, I'm checking my diamond card at the door. It's not about that. It's not about age. It's not about who's the skinniest, who's the fattest, who's the prettiest. No, it's not about any of that. It's so much more. And we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. And I'm not going to apologize that if I step on your toes tonight or if I rattle you a little bit or I make you think, maybe she isn't as crazy as I thought. I hope my ultimate goal is after tonight, you first off pick up something Southern. You either say y'all or booty boo or sister or heifer or hussy. You say something by the end of this call, something Southern, right? I'll leave you with a nugget. But tonight when you're laying down, or tomorrow when you're driving down the road in your minivan, or whatever you're doing, something makes you reflect and you think about the areas where you could grow and the areas you could squeeze a little bit more and the areas where you need to call your own, your own BS. You do. We've got to call our own BS out before anything is ever going to change. So there's a little few disclaimers right there for me. So I want to go ahead and put that out there on the table and be real and raw with you. You get me as is. If you're expecting a cookie cutter molded diamond coming out here in her Kendra Scotts and her curly hair, this ain't it. This ain't the call. But I'm super honored. Like Tracy was saying, live in Texas, married, no babies. So don't throw tomatoes at me again for being 29 or not being a mom that can't relate to you, right? If somebody's thinking about that right now, they're like, she doesn't relate to me, Tracy. Seriously, she's not a mother. She doesn't know the struggles. Okie dokie. We all have our own struggles. We all have our own stories. We all have our own strengths. You don't know my dirty laundry and you don't know what's going on with me. So don't prejudge me that I'm not a mom sitting up there doing what you need to do. And I'll throw one right back at you. You're a mom. You can go to birthday parties, Chuck E. Cheese, Chick-fil-A, I don't know, at the park, PTO meetings, and soccer games. You get to know a lot more people than I ever would. So your network should be 50 times bigger than mine ever could be. So if I can do this as somebody with no kids and who is young, what does that mean? I know less people and I got a lot less life experience than you do. You've got more cards going for you on that one. You know more people with the network and you've lived a longer life than me. Boom, win-win situation, right? So you kind of got one thumbs up over there going a little bit higher than mine. But again, pedestal, okay? We always want to put people on a pedestal and this and that and throw the cards at them. Take me off a pedestal tonight. Forget that I'm 29. Forget that I'm a diamond with this company. I'm coming to you as your friend. Somebody who's here to help you grow. You know, that friend that's going to tell you like, hey girl, you got something in your teeth right there. I'm that friend tonight. I'm going to tell you, you got a little smudgy right there. And I think let me get that eyelash off your face. That's what I want to do tonight. I want us to be that real and raw and vulnerable. And then when I see you in Florida, I want you to say, oh my gosh, hi friend, because we're friends. Okay. So throwing it all out the door. Everybody, I give us 100% permission to leave all the crap, all the feelings, and everything that life has thrown at you the past day, past week, past month, or past year. We're going to throw it. We're done. Just give me 30 minutes. We're done. I know life's got you in a season because I'm in a season as well. I know you've been thrown a curveball because I've been thrown one as well. I know you're hurting because I hurt too. I know you feel emotion. I feel it too. I know something's not going as planned because I have something not going as planned. We're all humans. And I find it such an honor that Plexus gave us the motto, One Plexus, right? Hashtag One Plexus, because we get to lock arms in a deeper way. And I feel really sorry for people who do not have the lock arm kind of tribe that we have here in Plexus. Like I feel bad for them. I'm like, who's in your boat? When you're going upstream without the paddle, who's in your boat? Like, oh, my husband, my friend. No. Listen, when you've got the Plexus boat with you and you've got this unit and this rock solid, it is absolutely amazing. So tonight I want you, all right, to think about, I want you to envision, we're going to do a little, imagery over here. That's another third grade reading and writing skill. And I relate a lot to the classroom because that's all I know. I know babies, right? I want you to have some imagination going on about football. So if any of you, I'm from the South, right? If you know football and the game, you probably know at least a little bit to get you by, right? Kind of like you could ask to go to the bathroom in Spanish. You're like, baño? Yeah, like you know enough to get you by. You may not survive out there for a while, but we know enough to get us by. So I want you to think of football. What do you got? You got a team, right? You got two teams. They've practiced. They go out. They go against each other. You got offense, you got defense, and the ultimate goal is what? To score a touchdown, to get a point, to, drive that ball down the field to victory, to winning, to one step closer to that championship game, to becoming a team and a unit that rises above when everything and everyone and everything is coming against them. They know when they go on that field, every single damn day. They know somebody's going to knock them down. That's the goal, right? Well, what do? They suit up, they boot up, they armor up every day before they get out on that field, if it's practice or the real game. They put on the shields and they know somebody's going to come at me. Somebody's going to take me down. Something is going to happen. I've got to be on guard. What's my next move? What's my next play? Because if I go this way or this way, which either way I choose, it's going to change the entire play. It's going to change the entire game. It's going to change the entire season by what move they make in that time, in that game. So I can see that a lot of y'all tonight have shown up. You've shown up for some reason. You felt like you needed to. But there's a big difference in a football team or a football player. If they just show up to practice and all they do is just show up. There's a big difference of showing up and then actually practicing and getting in the game. Big difference. We could all call ourselves an ice skater if we put on some ice skates, right? Ooh, I'm an ice skater. Ooh, I'm a runner. I bought some Nikes. Yeah, girl. Oh, I'm a Plexus ambassador. What does that mean? If I bought Nike running shoes, does that make me a runner? No. I got yoga pants and my butt ain't going to yoga. So here we go. We got to do what we got to do, right? So here we are, this Plexus ambassador. Oh, I'm a football player. Well, are you playing? Are you getting in the game? Or are you just sitting on the bench? Did you just come to practice? Are you the water boy? There's a lot of things that you could be. So you, as that Plexus ambassador, you may have patted yourself on the back tonight. Or you may have patted yourself on the back this past week or month and said, you know what? Well, I show up. I show up to every team call. I show up and do the challenges. I show up liking things on the page. I'm commenting. I'm showing up. I'm doing what I need to do. Okay? There's a big difference of showing up to actually playing the game. And we've got some things we need to do in our plays that's going to make a difference of the way our season's going to go, our business is going to go, and where that ultimate victory is headed. You know, how we're going to drive the ball down the field. Last thing we want is an interception, right? The last thing we want in our Plexus business is an interception. For something to completely take that goal and that victory, and we got 47 steps backwards. We're getting pushed back. So I know we all get discouraged, and I feel it in my heart right now that somebody on this call is very discouraged about something that's going on in their business. They think that they should have already been super silver. They think that they should have already been senior gold by now. They think, why in the heck am I not emerald? According to my pretty pink notebook that I made a year ago, I should be a diamond, right? We all have this beautiful, wonderful plan that we think is going to work out. When we make a plan, I've learned one thing: God laughs. And he says, if that's your plan, I've got one that's better, but it may not be your way to get there, because there's going to be a lot of mountains. There's going to be a lot of valleys. There's going to be a lot of fall downs. There's going to be a lot of setbacks. There's going to be a lot of tackles. There's going to be a lot of grass stains on your t-shirt. There's going to be a lot of bloody eyes and noses. And there's a big difference of, to succeed. All you got to do is get right back up and get in the game. Don't let it get you down. One tackle shouldn't take you out of the game, or even more, ruin your whole season because you decided to stay down. I just feel it. I feel it very heavy on my heart. Like I said, somebody's going through something, and there's a season right now that somebody's in that they feel like it swallowed it up and just, it's about to chew them up and spit them out and hang them to dry. That's the way that they feel in this season. And I want you to know, you're not alone. I know what seasons feel like. Tracy knows what seasons feel like. Every single diamond ambassador, jewel ambassador that I've ever met in my entire life knows what a season feels like. We all do. We're human. And what are we doing? We're representing health and happiness. And when we represent health and happiness, that does a major piss off moment for the devil, who is against you, who is ready to take you down and tackle you in the game. Because I've never met one person in my entire life who's healthy and happy and just flat out miserable. If you're healthy and you're happy, things are trucking in your life. You're moving. You're grooving. You getting up. You putting your big girl panties on. You getting outside and get the stink blown off you. You feel good, right? When you're healthy and when you're happy. And that's something when we represent health and happiness, that's us shining that light. Well, it's funny. I was in the shower about 45 minutes ago and I started singing this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. But it's so true. My husband comes in from the other room and he's like, not going to let Satan blow it out. Like we just started singing in the shower. So I don't know. So something felt like that needed to come out. We are led to be a light because this is so much more, grab hold of this, than a pink drink. You might be thinking this is enough to just pay your bills or your date night or pay for your products or sustain your income or retire your husband from the oil field like it did for me. Or leave me out of the classroom like it did for me. You may be thinking, oh, that's it. That's the goal. No, there's so much more to this victory. Because of you saying yes to an opportunity of a lifetime and being involved in a health and happiness company and representing products that are life-changing and representing a business that will completely change people's lives. And we all know this. Even if you've been paid $5 from the company, you know this. Why wouldn't the devil want to take us off track? Why wouldn't he? If I was the devil, master of lies, kill, steal, and destroy, that's his ultimate goal. If I was the devil, I'd wake up every single day and say, I don't want anybody to be healthy and I don't want anybody to be happy. And here we are as an army and as a tribe who's locked arms in a unit. Remember I told you about that unit? We're in the boat, right? We're going upstream. And saying, I'm going to take that boat out. You know what? I'm just going to take the whole team. I'm going to take the whole leg. I'm going to take the leader. I'm going to smack her around as much as I can and make her feel not worthy and tired and defeated and deflated that she's not qualified or worthy for this opportunity. And we begin to think and believe those lies. Master of lies. If you were the master of lies, don't you think you'd be good at lying? But here's where we've got to be good at. He's that opposing team coming at you on the football field. He's going to take you down over and over again. One customer's going to come and you're going to be excited and one's going to leave. You're going to get 3 new ambassadors and 4 are going to go. You're going to get your PV to 100 points up and somebody's going to get a return. You're going to get knocked down. So be prepared for it by having on that shield that's going to protect you. I tell my team all the time, I want you to get in plexus ready position. What does that look like? So I want you to think about ready position as a volleyball player. What do? They squat down, they get down. Look at a track star. Okay, golf player. Whatever team and sport you're playing, you get into this ready position. So plexus ready position is head down, blinders on, positive mindset. Head down, blinders on, positive mindset. Because what we tend to do is be little bobblehead dolls over here, and we're over here looking, and we're looking over here, and we're over here thinking, hey, oh my God, she went fast start gold. Oh my God, she's only been in this company for 1 year and she's already Ruby. And you take everything and you beat yourself up and you chew up your own damn self and spit your own self out because you're too busy bobbleheading. Head down, blinders on. I always tell my team, stay in your lane. Whose lane are you in right now? Because you sure look like you're over there in her lane, skipping to her beat. She's marching to the beat of her own drum. What's the beat to your drum? Your lane looks different than her lane. If you go over into her lane, what's going to happen? You're going to trip and fall. She's going to keep going in the race. You're going to trip and fall. Head down, blinders on, stay in your lane. Positive mindset. Get out of Oscar the Grouch brain. He lives in a trash can. He does nothing good for you but smells bad. We're ready to bring on Positive Polly. Okay, we're ready for all the things. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Whatever cartoon character you can realize, that's who we're realizing right now. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's where I got that from if you didn't know what that was, right? That thing will drive you insane, by the way. It's cute, but Lord help it. Anyways, squirrel. But that right there, guys, right, positive mindset, getting plexus ready position will change everything for you. When you start to focus in on where you're headed and what you're doing in that journey at that time, and you're not stumbling and falling on her, ooh, nothing irks me more when we start to compare our weaknesses to somebody else's strengths. Well, she's over there rocking 3-way calls. Well, she got over her damn self and started using her voice and her upline and started using them. So don't compare your weakness to her strength until you're ready to grow and become that, to get that as a strength for you. Stop talking about it. You're wasting your breath. Where can you put your efforts? Where can you put your time? What do you need to do? So I want you to think right now. I give you permission to compare right now. Compare. And I really hate comparing, but I give you permission. When you think of somebody right now who's rocking the hell out of their business, and you're just like, oh my God, no. What are they doing? Why are you comparing to them? What are they doing? Instead of you being bitter and complaining and wallowing in your worry about what this person is doing or not doing, why don't you look closer, look at them with them binocular eyes and hone in and see what they're doing? Where can you grow in that area of weakness for yourself? I have this quote right in front of me. It says, when you face a difficulty, something you don't understand, instead of being discouraged, instead of complaining, have a new perspective. Declare, this is not going to defeat me. This is going to promote me. So whatever you're going through right now and you think flat out, I just can't, Jill. I just can't. I have no more room on my plate. I'm so tired. You don't know our finances. You don't know the you don't know the report we just got from the doctor. You don't know what just happened. You don't know what's going on in our relationship. My husband is a beep and he's about to drive me beep. Whatever that may be for you, don't let it defeat you. Let it promote you. What is the legacy? That's the word Plexus has given us this year. The legacy that you're going to leave. And you're going to impact people's lives. You are, regardless of what you think. If you sit here and do nothing with your Plexus business, and you sit in the corner and you wallow in your worry and you cry and whine and moan and you go back to a potato on the couch and eating Little Debbie's, Big Deborah, whatever you're doing, eating your Cadbury eggs and sitting there crying about your damn self, if that's what you want to go and do, that's what you're going to be remembered for. You're going to be remembered for something. The person who always sat there and complained, or the person who got up and said, no more. I am not defeated. I am promoted. I am worthy. I am unique. I can do this. I've got the same power in me that rose Jesus from the grave. It's in my blood. Why am I going to let this little bump in the road, or what somebody said, or what I'm comparing to myself, or the whatever had happened to you when you were a child, because we all have some child problems. Ooh, Lord, we probably all should have gone to counseling at some point in time, right? Totally. But we didn't. We got to peel back the layer of the onion. What's really holding you back from this opportunity? Because it's not lack of support from your upline. If that's what you're saying, throw it down the garbage can right now and shut your mouth. It's not, oh, well, I got in too late. No, you didn't. Because I know people who are signing up today, they're going to be a diamond in a year. Yeah, no, you didn't. No. If your excuse is, well, I don't have a big enough story, get one. Take the products long enough that you will have a story. And until you do have a story, you start sharing every little nugget like a journal entry for people. If all you know is you love pink drink, you share that. Find something. Well, I'm not qualified enough. Well, me neither. I'm sitting here in a Duck Dynasty t-shirt with a hole in the armpits and wet hair, sitting here doing my jazz. I'm not qualified either. But what I do know is I don't have to be qualified. When you feel called, if you have something tugging inside your heartstrings tonight or any night, there's something about Plexus that's drawing you in, something that you really want this to work, grab hold of that nugget. That's not the accident. That's not the coincidence. That's not you wishing and hoping on a star. That's divine appointment, and that's the Holy Spirit telling you, I've got you here. Now use this opportunity. What are you going to do with it? It's up to you. So whatever you're holding back, well, I don't like to talk to people on the phone. Well, I don't like to pay my bills, but I do. Well, I don't like to go out in public and chat with people about what Plexus is. Well, I hate to grocery shop, but I'm going. Things we do as adults, right? You're an adult. Nobody's telling you to be on a diet. Nobody's telling you got to go to the gym. And nobody's honestly telling you got to pay your bills. Get your lights turned out if you want to, girlfriend. Go get on assistance. Do what you need to do. That's you. Nobody's telling you got to go better yourself. But there's something that's pulling inside of you. And that's you. And that's him. And that's y'all working together as that team. And him leading you and guiding you. And you trusting him. And you holding his hand and saying, what now, Lord? Not my plan. I'm throwing it out. What now? Where am I needing to go? What do I need to do? You don't need to know everything about Plexus, because I don't know everything about Plexus. I've been here almost 4 years in June as a Diamond Ambassador, and I still have to look things up every single day. You will not know it all. So if you're waiting to know it all before you do something bigger and better, no. If you're waiting on a title on your paycheck to say, I'm a gold ambassador, oh, when I'm gold, I'll start being a leader. A title ain't going to make you a leader. You decide today, I'm a silver. I'm an associate. I'm a super silver. I'm a gold. I'm a whatever. I'm just here right now. Right now, I don't even know what my title is, but I'm here and I'm going to be a leader. Okay. You've got to start that train, sister girl. You're driving the leader bus to the top. And when you find a leader, you say, come on in, Tootsie, get on to the back. Let's go. And you put that pedal to the metal and you put that baby in 4-wheel drive and you go as fast as you can. And then you go and stop and get another leader when she's a waving. Hey, I'm ready to go too. Well, come on, girl, because we got plenty of room on this bus. And we'll go get another bigger one if we got to. We'll swap the short end for the big one. We'll do what we need to do. But you keep trucking along. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. If you feel right now your team's not doing jack squat diddly, you're not doing jack squat diddly. Hurt? Yeah. Big reflection. I've had to do that before too. Your team's not adding people? You're like, what? Yeah. You need to take it up a notch. You do. Your team's not getting 500 PV? Are you getting 500 PV? Are you teaching them how to get 500 PV? Your team's not using through messages? Are you using through messages? Your team's not welcoming people and chatting and loving in the big culture? Are you chatting and loving in the big culture? You want more hugs? Go give more hugs. You want more praises? Go give more praises. You want people to smile at you more? Go smile at people. You want people to bless you? Go be a blessing. You want somebody to buy your Starbucks, honey? You go buy their donuts in the morning. That's what we've got to do. We've got to lead every single day and wake up and say, okay, this is me. Speed of leader, speed of the team. This is it. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. I know I want to go bigger. I want to go better. I want to go faster. I want to go stronger. I want to grow in the areas that I need to grow. What are you waiting on? Every single one of us always says, we've started a diet, right? And we've said, well, I'll start Monday. I'll start after Christmas. I'll start after New Year's. I'll start when my headaches go away. I'll start when the kids go to kindergarten. I'll start this. I'll start that. We always are looking for one more better thing. Well, we'll do that when we get out of debt. Well, we'll do that when we do this. Let me tell you this. If nobody's told you I'm about to burst your bubble, something's going to happen. It's called life. One more baby's going to come in the mix. One more flat tire. One more sickness. One more death. One more emotion. One more breakup. One more something's going to happen. So if we're waiting on this for this to happen, you're going to be waiting forever. Forever. So tonight, once you have your reflection time, after we go and part our ways and we all jammy up and not down, I want you to have that quiet time and that moment for you and think, why am I here? What's hard for me? What's really holding me back? Because it's not the lack of support. It's not the lack of knowledge, because you got the same website I do. You've got the same success kit I do. You've got the same Google I do. It is. You've got the same resources I do. We all have the same. I paid the same $34.95 that you paid. Okay? And I probably just paid it off last month because I believe I charged my welcome packs and we just finally paid that card off. So yeah, I probably just paid for the thing. You know how that works out, right? So we've all done the same thing. We have the same opportunity, and it's up to us what we're going to do with it. You're not meant to sit like baby in a corner over there like Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in a corner, right? You're not meant to sit there in a corner and settle. You know what? Today I'm just going to be average. Today sounds great. Average is good. I'm just going to play it safe. Well, if the football team goes out there every single day and they play it safe and just play it average, they'll never win. They'll never have a winning streak or season, and they'll never make it to the championship game or the Super Bowl. They won't. They've got to push through thick and through thin, through tackle after tackle, through hurt after hurt, and say, I'm going to get right back up, and I'm not just going to be on the team. I'm going to play on the team. There's a big difference. It starts with you. If you want your business to get in activity, you've got to get into activity. If you do not have people talking to you right now about Plexus, you're not talking to enough people. If you do not have conversations that you could go to today and continue, you're not reaching out to enough people. You're not putting yourself out there enough. That little neon sign in shops, it says open, open. Yeah, you've got an open sign. That's you. That's how you brand yourself. That's when you open your mouth every single day. I'm not telling you to plaster Facebook or Plexus on Facebook everywhere. I'm telling you to go have intimate relationships with people. Show people that you represent health and happiness, and you can do those two things without ever mentioning Plexus. Facebook's a lot different today. The algorithms have changed. We cannot just say Plexus, 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 Plexus. No. Facebook hates that. That's salesy. They're not going to post your post on other people's news. If you don't know anything that I'm talking about right now, I want you to dig into Bob Heilig and his training that he has. There is a free article that you can download of his. It's like a 2-page one, and it says the Facebook do's and don'ts of social media, and it'll change everything for you. If you don't know where that's at, I can send it over to Tracy if she can't find it. Okay? It is huge. It'll change things for you, but you can represent health and happiness by never mentioning Plexus 14 times a week. Now, we still want to mention it maybe once a week, twice a week, but we don't have to mention it every single day, all day, because what you radiate, that light that you shine, is health and happiness. And that's how you're going to brand yourself. People should want to say something about her. I don't know, but she's always cooking something good, or she's putting up a scripture, or she makes me want to work out, or she says something funny, or dog's really cute, or I don't know, she's putting something out there of her husband, or she just tells it like it is, or whatever. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be? Because I'll tell you this, I don't want my legacy to be, oh, that girl that sold that pink drink. That's not what I want. That's not how I want to be remembered. Oh, that girl just got a lot of free cars and trips and stuff. That's not how I want to be remembered. There's a lot about me that I want people to know. And that comes from my love from the Lord, my love to be healthy, my love to be happy, my love with my husband, my love of a home-cooked meal, my snuggly dog in a blanket. There are things that you might not think is interesting about you. Oh, girl, it's interesting. It makes you. Put a little pizzazz on that, a little sparkle and a little filter, put a little emoji, put a little quotes or something, and people think you're just cool as pie, that you should have a magazine before you know it. I want you to ask yourself, would I follow myself? And that's a big one, because if I asked myself that 5 years ago, I would say, no, not at all. If I asked myself that 4 years ago, I'd say, no, not at all. I didn't put anything worthy that was worth sharing. I didn't think people needed to blast their love for the Lord all over social media because it would offend people. I didn't think people needed to blast opinions. I didn't think people need to put up every other second that they were doing something. I thought that was too much. But I just didn't realize that I have a light. And how dare I cover that up? I've got so much more. Because you said yes to Plexus, this is an avenue in your life and a transportation vehicle for you to reach the masses, for you to promote more than you ever knew that you could promote, for you to live that legacy. So if you're discouraged tonight about what's going on in your season, I want you to really hone in on that. And instead of tonight us complaining about that season, and instead of us wallowing in our worry about that season, and I know it's hard because, hello, we all got it, human. I want you to figure out how to thank him through that season and be worthy for what's going on. And even though it may seem absolutely awful, I know that everything comes together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. I know that. And so whatever you've got going through right now, girl, get your booty boo in gear. Put your big girl panties on. I'm going to step on your toes. And if you need to get a little Disney princess Band-Aid to cover them up, do so. Find out what is really holding you back. Is it a spouse? Is it you not feeling worthy or qualified? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the fear of success? Is the fear of knowledge? And you're the only one that can peel back the layer of that onion so deep and tackle what that struggle really is. Because it's not you not being able to promote a health product. It's not you not being able to have the network for health products. It's not that. It's time for you to do some major reflection, because all we want to do is, ooh, 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 ooh. No, turn it around, sister girl. You're the common denominator. You are that common factor to the equation. You're it. You. You can be stagnant water or you can be fresh and flowing water. Stagnant water attracts flies. It smells bad. People can't drink from stagnant water. They're going to get sick. Algae forms. Be that fresh and flowing water that people can drink from. Don't be stagnant. If you're not growing today because you're scared, I will tell you, growing is scary. Ooh, Lord, you're going to have to read some books, listen to some podcasts, reflect on it, decide what you're doing today to make you a better person, leader, coach, mentor, wife, mother, father, whatever that may be. How are you growing in your life? God honors growth. When we open up that growth and we're saying, I want more. We start to think differently, talk differently, act differently. We radiate differently. We smell different. You can be stinky, stagnant, or you can smell good. You can be fresh and flowing. It's time to scrub your butt, girl. It is time. Stop smelling bad. Get up and make a difference. My grandma always said, get outside and get the stink blown off of you. Always. Get outside and get the stink blown off of you. If you're stinking right now, get outside. Let the wind hit you a little bit. My mom always told me this ain't no hill for a stepper. I will tell you, you are a stepper. You've got a voice. You've got a body. You've got a why. You've got a legacy, and you've got a reason. This ain't no hill for a stepper. So whatever mountain is in front of you, you tell that mountain to move in the name of Jesus, because you have faith bigger than a mustard seed, and that's all that you need for it to move. So you tell that mountain to move because you're about to slap it in the face, go around it 3-4 times, laugh at it, and you're going to put a pole at the top, a flag, it's going to be flying, it's going to be having your name on it. That's what you tell that mountain to do. Don't fall down and stay down. Fall down and get back up. You're meant for so much more. And I know for a fact that you've got one hell of a tribe that's rooting for you. Somebody that wants to pray with you. What an honor that is to have a leader that wants to do that with you on these team calls. Oh my God. That's somebody you want to strive to be like. So also when you're having your reflection time, I want you to think about the person that you want on your team. Who is it? It doesn't have to be a name. They don't have to be real. But who's the person? What are their qualities that they have? What would they do? And I'll tell you, this is the person I think of. If I'm writing them down. They're outspoken. They're bubbly. They are bold. They have a voice. They're not scared of the phone. They show up to events. They utilize resources. They're a doer. They're positive. They're a learner. They're eager. They're hungry. That's who I want as a level 1 ambassador on my team. So think about, who do you want on your team? And while you're waiting for that person and the next person and the next person, you become that person and you work on being that person each and every day. And when you get that person, don't you dare check out and say, whoo, there she is, Lord, tag team, I'm out. No. Then you lock arms and do it together. Then you'll get a third and a fourth and a fifth. And before you know it, you're going to have a tribe of people who are hungry and who are eager and who are wanting to do this with you. And through thick and thin, get back up and they don't fall down. That's one hell of a tribe. So one hell of a tribe that you do have. Surround yourself. I love this quote. Surround yourself with the dreamers, the doers, the believers, the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you when you don't see it in yourself. And I don't even know you, but I see greatness in you. I have this piece right now. God's telling me right now, this team better get ready. They're moving. They're grooving. They're about to take it and blow it out of the park. Things are about to happen. Miracles are happening right now. He's lining people up right now for you. But you've got to be able to receive that. You've got to show him you're in ready position. You've got to be ready and hungry for the growth. You can't just be sitting there on your couch eating your Pringle chips, waiting on Ed McMahon to knock on the door with your check, or for Bob Barker to say, come on down, girl. Fast pass to the Price is Right to the Plexus train. We're just going to go ahead and make you a diamond today. It doesn't work out that way. You've got to dig deeper today and tomorrow and next week and next month. Look to the left, look to the right, look up, look down. Somebody ain't going to be here in a month. And that's really sad to say, but they won't be, because they're going to let this distraction and discouragement defeat them. And just like what I read to you in the beginning, don't let this defeat you. Let this promote you. How cool is it to be that when you're here in a year from now and you say, yeah, It was a really hard year, but I'm still here, and I've grown so much. How cool is it when Kevin Mitchell, that's our camera guy's name if you didn't know with Pluxus, Kevin Mitchell comes to your house to film your diamond doc, and he gets to talk about all the things, and people get to represent you through all the things and all the struggles and all the areas that you decided to get up and be more. What do you want people to say about you that day on your diamond doc? That's what you start doing now. That's what you do. You live that legacy so big and so bold and so bright. And the speed of the leader, honey, is the speed of the team. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Nobody's holding you hostage here. None. You're here. This is like volunteer army. You're here. So you decide what you're going to do and what legacy you're going to leave. Get up off the bathroom floor and stop wallowing in your worry. And be that doer, be that thinker, be that believer, and be that person who says, this is not going to defeat me. This is going to promote me. So hopefully you grabbed hold of something tonight. If not, you got to just sit here and make fun of me for talking about Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or something.
Oh, Jill, I could cry. But we all know I cry all the time if you're on my team.
Me too.
Oh, sister, you had some very, very encouraging words that struck me big time. I'm already getting messages from people. So good. This is so good. Thank you.
I'm honored, truly honored.
Isn't it amazing, you guys, that she didn't look at a piece of paper other than those 3 quotes? How that just keeps coming.
Oh, Lord. Girl, and here's the deal, people. I don't give me notes. Don't give me no notes. None. I'll butcher it like no other. I just pray and I say, just Lord, speak, use my voice, use me as a vessel. And I know that you're going to. And so I'm like, I trust you with my mouth, and I know I'll probably say something wrong, but I'll figure it out,
Well, I know we talked before. Do you have like 5 more minutes for some questions?
Absolutely. I'm y'all's.
All right. Anybody want to go first? I know we have a couple. Don't be shy.
We're friends now. I already told you I don't have a bra on. Okay.
I'll go, Tracy.
Okay, thanks, Ash.
I also don't have a bra on, so I feel like
that's my girl. Love you.
So one of the things that like I find like super like inspiring by you is you go live so much. How did you like find that confidence, and how do you find like the topics that you're gonna go live with? Because like I want to, but 1, I'm not totally confident, and 2, I'm like, what in the world would I even go live about?
Okay, so going live, I will tell you flat, you just have to do it. You do, and you have to almost tell yourself stuff that it's cheesy. You have to be like, I'm cool, damn it. People like me. Like, I am awesome. They want to hear me. And we've got to you have to. If not, you won't believe it. Because the enemy's going to come in right before you click that button, and he's going to say, nobody's going to log on. You're going to talk to yourself. Nobody wants to hear you. You have nothing to say. You're going to stumble over your words. Every single one of those thoughts is the enemy. And that's where you say, like, I'm super cool. Thank you, Jesus, for making me the way that I am. Enemy, get out of my head. Like, you're not welcome in this place, because I'm about to touch some lives and we're about to stomp on you. So you might as well go. Like, you're just wasting your time. Like, that's what you're doing. Head on out the door. But it's just, I have to tell myself, come on, whatever you're going to say, somebody needs to hear. And that usually gives me a little, to kind of say, okay, I'm doing it. And once you press the live button, you're live. Like, don't pick your nose. You do what you got to do. But I feel flat out that people today, I'm a creeper. I don't have time to watch it, but I love reality TV. I think it's just, it's a train wreck. I just love it. And I know it's awful. I know it's not great to watch, but I'm just like, oh my God. My whole books just fell. Well, Lord Jesus. Okay. That was a sign. Jesus wants me to read that book. I hadn't read that one in a while. Don't you hate when something like, you're like, what is that? But I like to watch things that have nothing to do with me whatsoever. Well, I don't think that I'm a rare breed. I think that's everybody. Why do we have social media? We want to see what other people are doing. We're creeping Instagram. We're scrolling Facebook. We're watching things. And so I tell myself, people want to know what's going on in your life, Jill. Like, they really do. They want to see the inside of your little old house. They want to see your dog barking. They want to see that you don't have top of the line furniture. Like, they want to see those things. People want to see how relatable that you can be. So that always gives me a little bit more courage. But the topics that I go live about, it's either 1 or 2 things. It is either feel really heavy in my heart about something that day, and it's like something that's just gone over in my head, or it's something completely flipping random. And I like to do that to my husband. I'm like, I'm going live in like 5 seconds. And he's like, about what? I'm like, I don't know. We're just gonna talk. And I'm like, have a conversation. He's like, what? Oh my God. So it's just one of those things. I go either or. I do. But when something's really heavy on my heart, maybe I read something in the day. And that's why I think it's really important to start your morning off with some quiet time and set yourself up for success, for some things to reflect and think about. Because if not, we're just going through the day. And so that's kind of my live tip over there. Just do it. Do it afraid. Do it so afraid.
Any more questions? I know we've got them.
All right, I'm going to ask my typical IPA question.
Okay.
So, I mean, okay, we all know that IPA is what we need to do, right? And talk to people. Now,
Yeah.
is this new people? Like when you say, for example, you do the 531, is it always 5 new people, or is it 5 people in your network? Like, is it just building the relationships, or are you really seeking out like 5 new people in grocery stores, for example, or wherever you go? You have to add the new people on a daily basis as part of the IPA.
I think it depends, honestly, on the person and the leader and what you're doing. You're going to hear 100 different things from different diamonds, different professional network marketers. 531, then just contact 3. I want you to sit down and do 20. You're going to hear all different things. How I teach my team is just stay consistent in what you do. If you sit down on Saturday and all you do is you reach out to 50 people. I don't know what you're reaching out to them about, but maybe it's all Plexus or maybe it's personal, whatever, and then you don't do anything the rest of the month. That's not consistent. What is consistent for you? When your business, it's like a funnel. Think of it like a funnel. Leslie Zann says that all the time. She's a great person to follow on social media. She's a professional network marketer. She has amazing books and audio and stuff. Leslie Zann, Z-A-N-N. But she says it like a funnel. You've got to have people coming into your funnel because you're going to funnel people through. They're either going to fall out or they're going to join you. But do you have people that are still coming into the funnel? Because if not, if your conversations just come to a dead zone, you're not putting people in the funnel to keep coming through that you can cycle back with. So for me, I'm consistent in my activity. The Plexus IPA sheet that we released on Super Saturday, I think is wonderful. I think that's something that everybody needs to be doing. Absolutely. Now, I will tell you this. If you are somebody who wants to go faster and you're like, for me, I was like, I got to get out of the classroom. This is it. I'm doing one more year and I'm done. Necessarily contacting 3 people a day wasn't enough for me. So I put it on a time clock. I said, I've got an hour to contact people because I'm working full-time as a teacher. Side note, by the way, I worked full-time all the way to Sapphire. So if you're saying your job is what's holding you back, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my entire life. I taught 3rd grade reading and writing, a tested subject in the state of Texas, UIL, cheer sponsor, mentor teacher, master teacher. Okay, no, that's a flat-out lie. I worked from 6:30 in the morning to like 6:30 and 7 at night, and weekends too. So for me, I knew my life was busy and I literally had to fit Plexus in wherever I could. And some days that was taking a 20-minute poop and sitting down on the toilet and saying, I'm going to contact people for 20 minutes and I'm not getting up from this toilet and I'm not wiping yet until I'm done contacting people for 20 damn minutes. I'm not doing it. And so that was what I did. Sometimes it was a bubble bath and I said, okay, my whole time in the bathtub, I'm going to get pruny as all get out, but I'm going to sit my butt in this tub and soak and I'm going to contact people until the water's freezing. And that was for me. That was my time. So it's going to look different for every person. But what I tell my team to do is we need to keep activity going. Be consistent. So, for you, that may be contacting 3 people, brand new people today, and getting them on Facebook and connecting with them. Be like, hey girl, oh my God, I hadn't seen you since high school. How have you been? And starting a new conversation. Not every engagement needs to immediately go to Plexus. It doesn't. And I think that's where a lot of us fall down. We're maybe like, Plexus, Plexus, Plexus. Well, then again, go back. How are you branding yourself? Health and happiness. This is kind of a squirrel, but connected. I recently just did Whole30, if y'all have ever heard of that food program, and I'm still doing it as well. I posted more about Whole30 in those 30 days than I ever did about Plexus. I had more people contact me about Plexus in those 30 days than I did in past probably 90. Why? I branded myself even bigger as a health representative, and putting myself out there about the food I was cooking. It drew people in. They're like, oh my God, that looks so good. What are you doing? I'm like, girl, I'm doing Whole30. They're like, what is Whole30? And I start telling them about it. They're like, well, does it cost money? I'm like, no, girl, it's just changing your diet and what you do. Well, why are you doing that? I thought you have already lost weight. I'm like, oh, girl, it goes hand in hand with gut health and blood sugar regulation. It's everything that I promote. It's everything that I live for. It's changed my life. Why would I not do more of it? And it made a connection. So many people were like, oh my God, give up sugar. And I said, girl, it wasn't hard. With my pink drink that I have, because I'm still taking my pink drink through Whole30 and my probiotic, it wasn't hard. I didn't even miss it at all. It was actually really easy. And so it's gotten so many conversations going and people saying, all right, I'm starting April 1st. I'm so excited. April 2nd after Easter. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do Whole30 with you. All right, girl, my payday after Easter. I'm ready to start these products. So it got conversations flowing. And I didn't ever say, hey girl, you should take Plexus while you're doing your Whole30. Well, that's gonna turn them off. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Whole30 is all about gut health and blood sugar regulation. And that's everything that I stand for, And so I think it goes back to hand in hand of how you brand yourself, promote yourself every day, and that legacy that we live out of health and happiness. So yeah. I know I don't have a black or white answer for you about you need to do 5.
No, this was fantastic. Thank you so much. I just totally love everything you said. So thanks.
Good, because you'll hear so many. You go to YouTube and listen to another Diamond Ambassador, and they're going to say contact 5 every single day. I mean, it is what it is. We've all got our own thing. What I have found has worked for me is brand yourself as health and happiness. Put it out there like so big, and people are going to know. You snap your pink drink in there every now and then, and you contact people, and you'll know. I've had people who like my Facebook stuff all the time, or I see them logging into my lives, but they never say anything. I love how it says who's on there, and you're like, hey, Cheryl. And they're like, ugh, she called me out. Oh my God, I've never liked one of her posts. And then I'll immediately go message her. I'm like, hey, Cheryl, thanks so much for helping on and being in my live or whatever. I don't know if you stayed with me the whole time. I know it was a long one, but I really appreciate the support. How have you been? And that I don't say anything about Plexus, even though my life might have been about Plexus or health or the Lord or my husband or whatever, but just getting those combos going is huge because people are going to go like, oh, she messaged me. That's ballsy of her. Well, go girl. And they're going to be like, well, what is she doing? And they're going to click on my picture and they're going to go, oh, she kind of cute. Look at her. Hey, oh my God, look at her cover photo. Oh man, they must have gone to the beaches. Oh my God, she went to Hawaii. Holy crap. Did you see Jill got a car? Do. Because even though I think my whole Facebook knows that I'm a Diamond in Plexus, they don't. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, they don't, because my stuff isn't popping up on their stuff. A girl today at the gym, Orange Theory I go to, I haven't seen her since high school, and she was there today. And I was like, how have you been? She was like, oh my God, I didn't even know you still lived here. I'm like, me neither. She's like, what are you doing now? I was like, girl, I'm a Diamond for Plexus. She's like, a Diamond for who? What? I'm like, how do you know? We're Facebook friends. Like, how do you know? I'm like, well, I didn't know she had 3 kids and she didn't know I was a Plexus Diamond. So we can't assume things. I'm like, well, girl, I said, I'm going to go stalk your Facebook tonight. You go stalk mine. And all right, what class are you taking next? And we need to catch up and totally, and just so find a way to be normal. Be you.
Yeah. So good. Anybody else have a specific question they want to ask? All right.
They're like, yes, Jill, how do I go Emerald?
Let's get on that next. That'll be
enough with all the fluff and glitter and BS, Jill. I just need to know how to get the car.
Well, thank you so much for your time, your energy, your passion. I know that you hit a lot of hearts tonight, and we're so grateful. You are one Plexus girl. I love you, and I can't wait to hug you in Florida.
Find me. I'll be there. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. We'll get our Mickey Mouse on, y'all.
Thanks again, everyone, for coming tonight. Have a good night. Thanks, Jill.